Good afternoon, students. So today I am going to discuss about finance reproduction. And yesterday class I discussing about the finance vegetative character, even though anatomy of root and stem and leaf. In the leaf, that is a needle leaf, which are showing different type of xerophytic characters. I can explain the xerophytic characters also. Now I am going to discuss about finance reproduction in deeply. Finance in the finance reproduction. Finest that is belongs to gymnosperms. I mean it, which producing only the similar character of the flowers. The similar character of the flowers is called as cones. See, in the finest which producing both male and female cones in the different branches. So this is called as monoecious. See, generally the male cone, the developing of male cone is earliest when comparing female cone. Now I am going to discuss about the structure of the male cone. The structure of the male cone, the cone which present the actually this is a male cone structure, and the LS of the male cone, which is in the central, which are having cone axis. See, the cone axis, which is covering microsporophyll leaves, see, which are arranged in spirally manner. So each microsporophyll leaf which are having microsporangium, the microsporangium which contain a small spores, that is microspores. Why? Because in gymnosperms, this is the sporophytic plant body. Whatever all gymnosperms like Phinus and Netum in the cycles, these are the diploid in nature condition. I mean the plant body is diploid in nature. It is also called as sporophytic plant body. The sporophytic plant body which producing only spores. See, the spores mainly two type of the spores which produce like microspores and macrospores, లేదా megaspores. Microspore that belongs to male sex organ, and megaspores that belongs to female sex organ. Now, so the male cone are very shortly stalked and consist of a elongated central axis which bearing number of the small and spherical arranged and closely fitted scale like microsporophylls. See on the diagram the male cone which are having central axis which is covering microsporophyll leaves which are arranged in the spiral manner. See, and also at the tip of the microsporophyll which are having a specialized structure, I mean the extend end part of the microsporophyll leaf is called as apophysis. See, which is sterile and turn upward to cover the microsporangia of the entire sporophylls. The male cone, the microsporophylls are horizontally arranged in the axis. So, now I am going to discuss about in the female cone, that is microsporangia structure. See, what is microsporangia is nothing but it is a male sex organ. See, in angiosperms we have male sex organ and female sex organ which are present in the essential parts in the flower, that is stamens that male belongs to male flower, and ovule and ovary that belongs to female flower. See here in gymnosperms there is no stamens and androecium and ovary, and the stamens and androecium the similar character, that is microsporangia and macrosporangia. Now I am going to discuss about the deep discussion of the microsporangia. See, microsporangia is a sac-like structure and without the stack and the lower surface of the microsporophyll leaf. Each microsporangia consists 2 or 3 cells thick wall with the outer microspores. Pollen grains are present. At the maturity, microsporangia split longitudinally and released microspores. See, generally I can explain the pollen grain structure. This is a very important structure of the pollen grain which is not present in the another gymnosperms. Why? Because which are having wings in the pollen grain. The pollen grain which is covering two layers to the outside, that is exine, and in the lower side of the layer which is called as intine. The pollen grain which are having a prominent nucleus and also then cytoplasm. The important character of the pollen grain here, the wing pollen grain is present in the finest. This is very important for MSc. Now I can explain the development of the microsporangia. See, microsporangia, the development of the microsporangia is eusporangiate type. See, what is the definition of the eusporangiate? I can explain before the class the definition of the eusporangiate. The eusporangiate is nothing but the development of the sporangia, which is developed from a single microsporangia, single mother spore. See, that is eusporangiate. See, microsporangia arise from a group of the cell on the lower surface of the microspore, that is called as eusporangiate. This group of the microsporangial cell with periclinal divisions is developed periental still to the outside and inner archisporial cells which produce. The periental cells further undergoes to so many divisions which producing 4 layered of the wall, and also archisporial cells divided into sporogenous mother cells. The sporogenous mother cell undergoes to one mitotic division which producing 4 microsporangia. See, the outer parental cells which producing which are participating so many divisions which producing mainly 4 outer layers, that is nothing but epidermis. See, epidermis is a single layer of the outside of the layer which are using in the protection to the protection from the inner side of the cells, whatever pollen grains. Then the behind of the epidermis which are showing different type of the layer, that is nothing but middle layer. See, the middle layer there is no particular function, and so the innermost layer of the microsporangia which is called as tapetum. See, the very important character of the tapetum, whatever angiosperms and gymnosperm, the tapetum cells which are helping in the nutrition process, either which produce the food for the developing pollen grains to the inner side of the microsporangia, and inner side which are having microsporial mother cell, whatever sporogenous cells undergoes to one mitotic division which producing 4 haploid cells. These haploid cells are called as microsporangia. Very important. The pollen grains released each pollen grain which are showing yellowish color. See, at the time of the liberation of the pollen grains, the entire forest which are showing yellow, then it is called as shower of the sulfur, which means the entire forest which are showing yellowish color. Now, this is the common female cone and in the microsporangia and macrospores. After that, I can explain the development of the microspores, the development of the male gametes. Now, I am going to discuss about female gametophyte. See, whatever female cone structure. These are the similar character of the flower in angiosperms. See, in the finest, the female cone is also called as ovaliferous cones. They grow in the axis of the scale leaves in the place of the long shoot, either single or 2 or 3 in the cluster. Generally, the female cone develop in February in the plains and in the May in the hilly regions. Right now, the female cones are large and hot and pale green when young, becoming it is reddish after the developing, reddish and brown in color when it is maturity. See, like a male cone, megaspores are also arranged in spirally manner. These are called as bractyscales, and it is leatherly directly scales. It develops from the upper surface of the bract scales and bears 2 ovules in the upper position. As to small swollen regions, the bractyscale is larger than the ovarious scales. Before pollination, the larger grows to be bigger than the bractyscale. The ovaliferous scale is woody and boat-shaped structure with broad sterile apophyses extend outward. Each female cone, which consists around 80 to 90 megasporophylls and takes 3 years to mature. The mature cone are hard and woody and very large in size. And finest female cone is considered equivalent to the inflorescence of the angiosperms flower. with bracted scales as true bract and the oleifera scale which arise from the axis of the bracted scale. It is modified shoot the flower. Now, now I am going to discuss about the general structure of the ovule in the cone, whatever female cone. See, this is a very important structure of the ovule which present in the finest and the finest oleifera scale possesses two ovules in the inverted and hanging position at the base. See, and here in the ovule structure which are having different type of the regions like micropylar region and callosal region, and also the ovule which are having nucellus tissue with made of two diploid either two set of the cells diploid in nature of the cells in the central, and the nucellus which is covering majorly three integuments, that is called as outer layer, outer integument, and middle in layer and inner layer right now. So micropyle faces the axis of the cone. Ovule's growth initiation after 1 year of the development of the female cone. The ovule integuments encloses the nucellus tissue with three layers, outer layer and middle layer and inner layer. And next, in the central side, the ovule which are showing majorly two female gametes. See, which are arranged in the outside of the in the side of the micropylar region. See, archegonial chamber is also present in the ovule. Right now, this is the common structure of the ovule, which are having major three parts like micropylar and callosal and inner nucellus tissue, and also having very developing female gametes. These are the ovule structure. So next I am going to discuss about the development of the male gametes, and in the finest the microspores are not participated directly in the fertilization process. The microspores which is developed male gametes majorly, these male gametes are participated in the fertilization process. Even in the female, the ovule which are having female gametes, the male gametes fusion with the female gametes after development of the male and female gametes. Now I am going to discuss about the development of male gametes. See, each pollen grain has two wing-like air bags. These are commonly called as wings. Initially, pollen grains are uninucleate and unicellular, which means which are having only single room and which contain only single nucleus. Pollen grains outer wall is called as exine and the inner wall is called as indyne. Before the pollination itself, the pollen grains starts developing into the male gametes. The pollen grain nucleus undergoes two unequal divisions and forms two unequal cells, either unequal nucleus. At the same time, cytokinesis take place and form two unequal cells. In this smaller lens shaped of the prothallus cells, and also the larger one is called as antheridial cells. The bigger cell undergoes two anther unequal divisions which develop a second prothallus cell and antheridial cells. The antheridial cells again developed to form a generative cell and also tube cells. These are the similar character with the angiosperms. At the stage of the four-celled stage, the pollen grains are released from the pollen sac. Later, the prothallus cells disintegrate and pollen grains, this is the pollination drop at the micropylar of the ovule. Pollen grains absorbs the moisture of the pollination at the time of the pollination drop and germinate by the developing of germitube. See, the nucleus and the germinate nucleus enter into the germitube. Generally, the tube cells degenerated and the germinative cells which is divided into to form which is participating one division which is formed two male gametes. These are the very important the development of the male gametes. Now I am going to discuss about the development of the female gamete. These are also very important finest in the finest. And see, the nucellus tissue which are having two set of the chromosome, that is commonly called as diploid, and one of the nucellus tissues form the megaspore mother cell. These cells undergoes to reduction divisions that results in the formation of the four applied cells, out of which cells remains function, and the remaining three generated, which means only one is functionalized and remaining three are degenerated. And see, the functional megaspores develop into the female gametophyte. The functional megaspore enlarges its size and also develop in the large central vacuole. The nucleus of the megaspores undergoes to free nuclear division, which is nothing but which is participating so many periclinal divisions. See, and the cellular pot becomes the endosperm, and which is haploid in the female gametophyte. 2 to 5 archegonias are present, formed at the micropylar end. See, this is the common the development of the male female gametes. Now I can explain embryo development. See, after the development of the male and female gametophyte, now the male gamete and female gamete, which is part in further reaction, that is nothing but fertilization process. See, what is the fertilization process is nothing but the fusion of the male gamete with the female, which is formed zygote. See, the zygote which contain two set of the chromosome, this is called as diploid in nature, and the diploid nucleus of the zygote, which is participating mitotic division, which is producing 4 haploid cells. These 4 haploid cells which is participating one more mitotic division, which producing 4 haploid cells. See, these 4 haploid cells, first diploid in nature of the cell, which is participating one mitotic division, which producing 4 cells, 4 haploid cells, and these 4 haploid cells which is participating further one more mitotic division, which producing 8 cells. These 8 cells are which are arranged in 2 tears, each tear which contain 4 cells. See, these are arranged especially 4 tears, which is called as initial, that is open tear, and second behind of the open tear, which are having rosette tear, and third one, that is nothing but suspensor tear, and last one embryonal tear. See, here this structure of the embryo, which is called as proembryo, and see, which are having 4 cells, that is nothing but first one, that is upper tear, which is called as upper tear, which